MrYorkieLoverFitness.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
My friends, you're going back to the old school, and I get quite a few emails. It sort of surprises me because they talk about Mike Mentzer. I don't know if you ever heard of him. A lot of he was a pretty accomplished bodybuilder, but he had a very serious psychological problem. He really did have his not pertaining just to his training, but to him. But to get back to his training methods, they were absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how training one body part once a week. I mean, he came up with stuff that was completely off the charts. Nobody even took him seriously then, but I see guys are still talking about it like it could be some viability to it. It wasn't any viability to it. Mike was a nice guy, and I don't know if it influenced his very heavy workout. I never even delved into it because it was so ridiculous what he was putting across. That wasn't even worth talking about, training your body part once a week. And all I mean, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And the sad part about it, and I don't know if he did flip out. He flipped out completely. I mean, he went nuts. And he had to be hospitalized for a while. And I guess maybe that's why he came up with that heavy duty workout, maybe because his mind wasn't working right. And I don't want to put him down per se, but I get so many emails with people trying to connect. Well, see, my problem is this, my friends. I'm too realistic. I cannot get involved in fantasies and things that don't even make any sense. That program that Mike put across, and I don't know why I'm answering the emails, but I've gotten quite a few emails talking about Mike Mentzer and his routine. I don't even know. I didn't know Mike that well. I knew him. We talked, but we weren't bosom buddies or anything. And I felt terrible when he broke down completely. I mean, he broke down mentally completely. Him and his brothers both died. Him and his brothers both died extremely young, one after another. And, he was just such an oddball. And his routine was odd. And so you more or less dismissed him, And if you talk to him, he didn't talk to you like he was something wrong with him. But at routine, he propounded, and people are looking at it like it has some possibility. And it fascinates me. And if it was anything to what he said, you wouldn't have to be digging and talk about it. It'd be out there. Let me tell you something, my friend. There's nothing works that's a secret. If somebody tells you, have you heard, walk away. Because if it works, you heard about it. There's no secret. Nobody's working in the basement. Now, maybe inventing something, science. But I'm talking about when it comes to exercise. Nobody in the basement does some special little training that only he whisper about. It's bullshit. He didn't whisper about that training he did, which I must admit, my friends, I've been in training too long. When Mike came up with that stuff, I dismissed it like he said, shit with sugar. Because I didn't know what the hell he was coming from. I don't know if he was doing it to draw attention or what. But I'm telling you, it's nothing for me to discuss. And if you know anything about training or want to know anything about training, you know what he propounds is ridiculous. So that's one of the reasons I'm just answering, because I get emails, I'm like fascinated. What are they talking about? Mike, it was insane. It wasn't even worth looking at or examining because it was so ridiculous. But in any case, I just want to, because I got about maybe 10, 12 emails on it in the last 6, 7 months. And I said, Mike Mentzer, him and his brother, I think it was Ray Mentzer. They were a tragic case. They both died within a few days of each other, very young. But in any case, my friends, I just brought this up and quickly, and if you guys are following me, you'll see what I have to say about it. And I shouldn't even bother answering, but I felt, what is this? Why are guys responding to something they got to dig up out of the ground? Nobody's talking about, nobody's doing it. But I said, let me just set the record straight. I knew Mike very well. Matter of fact, I spent more time with Mike than with Larry. Because we're both in California. Larry's further out west, Larry Scott. We're both out in California, and I watch him go off the end, and it was sad. But in any case, I just wanted to take care of this, so you guys don't email me anymore about Mike Mentzer. I got enough emails. I decided I better say something about it because I didn't get just one. I got a number of them. So, my friends, to be continued.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.